how to mix a professional gospel song in Cubase 5. So I've got my song right here, and let me play this before I start explaining. He performs all things. Alright, it's a beautiful song. The vocals are not sharp, everything is warm and smooth. So what did I do? First thing, if you want to record a professional, if you want to mix a professional song, first thing is add a compressor on your stereo out. Alright, you've heard me say this, add a compressor on your stereo out. The second thing that you have to do is get a song, a reference song. We call this reference song. Like for this particular song, I picked a song that is a little bit similar to this song so that I could get the same type of mix. And the song that I got was the one for Kirk Franklin, which is Imagine Me. Take a listen to Imagine Me and you will find out that they are not different with the mixing of this one. I cannot play the one for Kirk Franklin, this one right here, Imagine Me. So if you wanna like get that professional mix, get a reference track, just put it down and take a listen to the levels and the way they did the vocals. Make sure you pick a song that is similar to the song that you're mixing, and I'm telling you, your mixes are just gonna turn out great. So now let's go ahead and check out group number 1 so I can show you exactly what I did. The first thing that I put was I used an EQ which is called FabFilter Pro Q3, and with this EQ what I did was to control the vocals dynamically. What I mean is this, let me play it, see how this will be dancing, this will be dancing, and this how this will be dancing. So 2K is being controlled dynamically. I did not want, you don't want your vocals like to consistently be cut around 2K, so I made sure that I changed from an ordinary EQ to dynamic. You just have to enable dynamics, and then what this is doing is that the vocals, whenever that particular frequency which is around 2K comes in, the EQ would then dynamically reduce it or cut it down a little bit. And also around 300 hertz, this frequency right here, it's a boxed frequency, it's a MIDI frequency area. So whenever MID is detected, this EQ just automatically cuts the frequencies, not consistently, but only cuts whenever there is MID in the track, which is a very good EQ trick, especially when it comes to gospel vocals. You want to get your vocals warm. Gospel vocals are not supposed to be too sharp, they are not supposed to be too bright. There is need for a little bit of warmth, so you use dynamic EQ so that whenever those frequencies come in, get in, the dynamic EQ is just gonna automatically cut, but not always. So there are places where the vocals don't have the MIDI frequency, and you can see that the EQ is not cutting anything. It's different from just cutting without an EQ, the manual EQ. The manual EQ, when you cut like this, it just completely like consistently cut everything as the singer continues to sing. All those frequencies are cut. But when you control your vocal dynamically, your vocals are just gonna be like cut whenever that particular frequency gets in the way. As you can see, around 11,553 area, the air area, I had to lift them up a little bit to give more air and open up the vocal so the vocal can remain opened up, so we can have that airy gospel type warm vocals. So that's what I did with the EQ, the next maximizer, to make the vocals big, to widen them a little bit. So whenever you want to like have big gospel, professional gospel vocals, make sure you add a maximizer just like that. And then the next thing, you gotta compress the vocals. So compressing the vocals, not too much, just a little bit. Like my ratio is 2 is on 2 and my threshold -31, so you have to control. Then my hold is 25. This one is very important because it gives a cut through type of effect to your vocals. Your vocals have that hold, so my hold is now on 25. I don't normally put my hold on 25, but this time it's on 25 because I want to get vocals that are consistent, vocals that are a little bit cutting through. So that's what I did, and my analysis is on RMS side because I want to get vocals that are cutting through. And then I'm also using F6 stereo to boost. I did a cut, but now I am boosting. You see me boosting around this frequency. You see me boosting around 223k, somewhere there, around 250 to 300, somewhere there. I had to cut around 300, but now I'm doing I'm boosting. I am boosting. This is another EQ used to boost vocals. So the first thing is you subtract, and now you are adding. There is subtractive EQ, and there is another EQ that is used to add. So all you gotta do is use 2 EQs, the first one and the second one. And now from the EQ, I'm using de-esser. I'm using de-esser stereo from Waves, and this is just to de-ess the vocals where the S's are, just to make it shimmer a little bit. So I'm using de-esser stereo. So attenuation is attenuating where the K's are. If you want to have soft K's, S's, you use de-esser stereo and it to attenuate where those frequencies are, and what you end up having are vocals that have smoother K's and S's. And then the next thing that I added was a G EQ30, just to lift up, to give the vocals a shimmer. This is the reason why I added G EQ30. You find this in Cubase. And as you can see, around 25, 40, and 63, I had to drop all these, cut down. All right, remove all the lower frequencies, which the lower rumble frequencies, which are not good to your sound. So from 25 to 63, you can cut down some of those frequencies which are unnecessary, so that your vocal can be can sound cleaner. So that's why you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 25 to 63 cut down, so that the vocals can sound cleaner. And then apart from that, all you gotta do is give your vocals a good balance. How you give your vocals a good balance is search for an instrumental which is the highest. If it is a snare, basically we use a snare. If your snare is the one that is loudest, at least match your vocals to your leads to that level of a snare or a hat or a kick or anything. And then when it comes to your backings, start with the first one to the second one. Like I started with these ones, I balanced till they matched they matched the level where they are not higher than the leads, and then the second one as well. And then when you take a listen to your backings, they have to all be into each other. If there is one that sounds a little bit higher, take it down. That is how you work with the backing vocals. Very easy. So I hope this video has helped you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. See you in the next one.